Hello. Let us today know about the structure or histology of the cornea. Cornea is a part of the eyeball. It forms the anterior 1/6 of the outer wall of the eyeball, and the remaining 5/6 is formed by the sclera. So 1/6 of the outer covering or outer part of the eyeball is formed by the cornea. 5/6 of the part is covered by the sclera. So this white one is the sclera and the black one is the cornea. The portion where the sclera and cornea meets is called limbus. This cornea, the black rounded one, is very sensitive, and if any injury or irritation occurs, it causes irritation, excessive lacrimation, photophobia, blinking of the eyelids. And this cornea, when seen from the front, it is somewhat elliptical. When seen from behind, it is circular. From front, transverse diameter of the cornea is around 12 mm, whereas vertically it is around 11 mm, suggesting that it is elliptical. This happens because the sclera overlaps the anterior surface of the cornea in its upper part slightly and in its lower part slightly. Whereas on the lateral sides it does not overlap. This accounts for the elliptical shape of the cornea anteriorly, and posteriorly it is circular. Coming to the layers of the cornea, it consists of 5 layers. Number 1, corneal or anterior epithelium. Corneal or anterior epithelium anteriorly. Number 2, anterior limiting membrane or Bowman's membrane. Anterior limiting membrane or Bowman's membrane. Number 3, substantia propria or corneal stroma. Number 4, posterior limiting membrane or Descemet's membrane. Number 5, posterior epithelium. So it consists of anterior epithelium and the posterior epithelium. In front it is lined by epithelium, and behind also it is lined by epithelium. Of these 5, this forms the bulk of the thickness. So 90% of the thickness of the cornea is by the third layer, that is the substantia propria. Substantia propria, the more substance. So it forms the more thickness. To describe the layers, let us now go with the first layer, that is the anterior epithelium or the corneal epithelium. Before this, you should know cornea is moist, cornea is smooth, and cornea is transparent. At the end of this class, you will come to know why it is moist, why it is smooth, and why it is transparent. First layer or anterior epithelium. Anterior epithelium is formed by the stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. So it is around 5 to 8 layer thick with a basal single row of columnar cells with a basal single row of columnar cells resting on the basal lamina, which is a part of the second layer, that is the Bowman's membrane. So this is the anterior epithelium or the corneal epithelium. It is stratified squamous, non-keratinized epithelium. Not even a single cell or single surface cell loses its nuclei and undergo keratinization. So it is extremely 100% non-keratinized epithelium with a basal row of single columnar cells superimposed by 2 to 3 cell layered polyhedral cells containing central nucleus. Rounded or polyhedral cells forms the second layer. And surface cells are squamous, and the surface cells are squamous cells. The second layer cells, polyhedral cells, contain rounded central nuclei, and the surface cells are squamous cells. These surface cells undergo thickening at the nuclear level. This thickening is directed towards the polyhedral cells, and that thickening accounts for the smooth nature of the cornea. Why the cornea is smooth means the superficial surface cells undergo thickening at the center, and the thickening is directed towards the polyhedral cells, and this accounts for the smooth nature. Next, under electron microscopy, the superficial cells towards the surface shows some projections which may be in the form of microvilli or which may be the foldings of plasma membrane. This is believed to retain thin rim of fluid always, and that is why the cornea is moist. The cornea is moist because of the absorption of thin rim of lacrimal fluid always by the superficial cells, which contains projections in the form of microvilli or foldings of the plasma membrane. This is about the anterior epithelium. Anterior epithelium is extremely sensitive and it contains numerous free nerve endings, and the cells are interconnected by desmosomes. Now coming to the second layer, which is the anterior limiting membrane or Bowman's membrane. This one is the second layer, which is anterior limiting membrane or Bowman's membrane, which is homogeneous, that is somewhat structureless under low power. But under electron microscopy, it appears to be made up of numerous collagen fibers. That collagen fibers or this layer may be derived either from the epithelium or from the substantia propria, that is the next layer. This layer acts as a barrier for the spread of infection, and this layer is, if damaged, cannot be regenerated. Hence, if this layer is damaged, it results into an opaque scar in this region. So this is all about the anterior limiting membrane or Bowman's membrane, which is made up of collagen fibers, although homogeneous. The bulk of the substance of the cornea is formed by the substantia propria or the corneal epithelium, the 90%. So till here I will put it, 90% of the thickness of the cornea is formed by this layer, which is the substantia propria or corneal epithelium. This layer consists of connective tissue cells and connective tissue fibers. The connective tissue fibers are the collagen fibers running in parallel directions one over the other, resulting in the form of a we can call it as a lacunae or lamellae. This arrangement of the collagen fibers, bundles of collagen fibers, can be called as lamellae, collagenous lamellae. They are running horizontally, one parallel to each other. Is clear? These are all the collagen fibers. And the cells in between these collagen fibers are flattened fibroblasts. They are flattened fibroblasts intervening between the lamellae of collagen fibers. Okay. The matrix of this third layer is rich in glycosaminoglycans, which is rich in chondroitin sulfate A and keratin sulfate. The arrangement of these fibers and the nature of the matrix rich in glycosaminoglycans, together we call it as lattice arrangement. Together we call it as lattice arrangement. Accounts for the transparency of the cornea. The cornea is transparent because of the way the fibers collagen fibers are arranged in the substantia propria, and the component of the matrix of the substantia propria, which is rich in glycosaminoglycans. This arrangement is called lattice arrangement, and because of this arrangement the cornea becomes transparent. That is about the third layer. And the fourth layer is posterior limiting membrane or Descemet's membrane. Posterior limiting membrane or Descemet's membrane. It is also homogeneous. It is acellular collagenous membrane which is not clearly seen under low power, and these collagenous fibers, these collagenous fibers may be secreted by the posterior epithelium. It is most of the times it is developed from the posterior epithelium. And the last layer is the posterior epithelium, which forms the endothelium of the anterior chamber. So the posterior to the cornea, there is that area, we call it as anterior chamber, that contains a fluid called aqueous humor. So this layer is forming the endothelium to that chamber. So this is the posterior epithelium. This one is the posterior epithelium. Any metabolic exchange between the cornea and the aqueous anterior chamber has to happen through this posterior epithelium. And this posterior epithelium secretes the proteins which helps in the maintenance of the cornea, and it also helps in maintaining the critical level of hydration. That means if the fluid secreted by the substantia propria is absorbed equally by the posterior epithelium, if more fluid is set in the cornea becomes hazy. If the more fluid is there, this corneal epithelium will absorb it, and if less fluid is there, opacity is set in. So this posterior epithelium helps in maintaining the critical level of hydration by absorbing the excessive fluid secreted by the stroma of the cornea. So this is all about the structure of the cornea. Thank you.